In today's Spotlight tutorial, we'll be looking at the Studio Equalizer, a very powerful visual 5-part filter that allows us to control the amplitude of a signal over different parts of the frequency spectrum. The Studio Equalizer is available from the Audio Tools menu, and when you load it up, contains a fairly flat equalization graph. The Studio Equalizer graph is controllable by 5 separate parameters, each of which can be moved by clicking and dragging and changing it in different ways. The parameter on the far left is our high pass / low shelf. The second one is an overall volume booster or attenuator. The third and the fourth are both band pass or band reject filters. And the filter on the far right is our low pass / high shelf. Each of these filters has 3 different controllable parameters. The center frequency can be controlled simply by moving the parameter to the left or the right in the graph, which will determine what frequency the graph moves around. We can also boost or attenuate the filter at each of these locations by simply clicking and then dragging up or down. Finally, each filter contains a Q parameter by clicking the edges of the filter and then dragging them out or dragging them in. We can get a wide variety of effects by grabbing these filters and moving them across the graph in different ways. Here we can attenuate a large portion of the base frequency while keeping a little bit of this band intact. Here we can bring this band down and then stretch that filter out, creating a big chasm in the middle of the frequency range that will attenuate a lot of the signal in that region. To demonstrate some of these effects, I've brought in a nice synth pad, which is not currently going out, but let's listen to that now. And this pad is already being controlled by the equalizer, so as I make changes to the equalizer, we'll hear its effect on the overall pad. If you've begun to explore the score player and wish to add a Studio Equalization setting to your score, simply go to the View Values submenu. Here we can see a screen with a fully fleshed out parameter that will recreate the equalizer in its current position. Simply click and drag, copy and paste that parameter, and then in your current score, add the name of the equalization module, and then paste the parameter and add a semicolon at the end. Now this does create a particularly long parameter, but all of it is required in order to retrieve the current positions on the equalization graph. As you can see, the Studio Equalizer gives you a lot of control over the shape of your sound. It's perfect as a last step before you send your signal out to the master mixer, or for just simply shaping one part of your signal chain with additional visual control.